Back like I never left. So I found the video that I like to dissect, and it's a gem. I've been looking for some Trump supporters, right? Looking for some real hardcore Trump supporters that are black. But I found the real gem. I found Trump supporters who are black women. And it was one that kind of terrified me because I was like, what is she even talking about? I don't even know what the fuck she talk about. But we're going to go ahead and watch it. Put that banner up, baby. All right. Let's go ahead and listen.
This video is showing up on your For You page and you voted for Donald Trump. I just want to tell you, you the real MVP. We the real winners out here. We seen through the smoke and mirrors that the other party was trying to feed us through their propaganda, untruths, what mainstream media was trying to convince us what we were seeing was not what we were seeing, and we chose the proper person. We put a leader in that office. Trump is looking very presidential, very commander-in-chief-ish. He said when he got in, he was going to drain the swamp, and that's exactly what he's doing. We're watching the other side in real time become unhinged. They're literally losing it on national TV and acting very, very weird. They had us believing that they acquired their wealth because they were so smart and intelligent. And now we find out it was all lies, guys. It was acquired through fraud, waste, and scheming and manipulating the taxpayers. We should be proud of ourselves because it shows we are that smart and intelligent that we elected a real leader. We are able to make history. We are part of this history. And we're watching the change in America occur in real time. So kudos to us. Kudos to you. You're a chosen one.
Kamala Harris, the woman who raised $1.4 billion and somehow still ended up $20 million in debt, was supposed to save the U.S. economy. Think on that.
Hold on, take a look at this. Think you can tell what's real anymore? What you're looking at right now isn't a...
So, somebody just tried to use some fear tactics on me. What are you gonna do when all of Trump's policies take place and you as a woman have lost all your rights? All I heard was womp 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 womp. This not the peanut gallery. You mean, what am I gonna do when them borders are closed? You mean, what am I gonna do when our children know who they are in their body and not told they could be something else? You mean, what am I gonna do when world leaders begin to respect America again? You mean, what am I gonna do when TikTok, Facebook, Instagram stop censoring me and I can have freedom of speech again? You mean, what am I gonna do when I can read my Bible and worship Jesus and not be told that I'm preaching hate speech? You mean, what am I gonna do when they can define what a woman is? Rejoice. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yesterday, I saw two video clips that really struck me. I kept seeing them over and over again. One of the clips was of President Trump in the Oval Office, surrounded by dozens of young girls.
What I'm realizing as I watch these people, you know, I'm very open to what people have to say, how they feel, and I could just listen, right? Because this is a very interesting time to. I mean, I think my whole life has been interesting times, right? 2020, goddamn, 12 was my year. 2009 was the year that was interesting. I couldn't name it all. 2020, 2019. I even think last year, 2024, 2023. I can go on and on, right? For myself, right? And so I like to listen to people. I like to study humans. I like to watch them, you know? But I noticed that these people they're very intelligent people, right? And what they're saying is their level of intelligence, right? That's no shade, okay? That frequency, that's their level of intelligence, right? What I'm seeing is that, but there's something that they can get to people so emotional, because it's like there's something hateful inside of them. There's something hateful in the way that they speak. Is anybody else catching this?
Athletes, as he signed an executive order protecting women and girls in sports by keeping transgender women from competing in those sports. However you feel about the LGBT community, you have got to accept at this point that there is an advantage that comes.
What these women don't understand, these kind of women, it's a double entendre, okay? In the patriarch, transgenders are used to infiltrate women's spaces. Listen to me. They're used to infiltrate women's spaces. And then on top of that, they are the reason for women's rights. You see the double entendre? You can walk around more with your feminist movements and your feminist rights because you have transgender women that are joining it with you. See how it goes? You can have your women's sports, right? Because women fought hard for sport, but now you can really have it as long as the trans girl can go against you. But now that you're saying that trans can't be in sports, now there's no more sports for women. Do you see how it works? So the patriarchy still defends man. And that is what these women, these kind of women, it's like, if women can have nothing and if these transgenders can have nothing, and even if it means women can have nothing, so be it. That's what's very destructive and detrimental about these women.
With being biological male.
And some of them, I don't even think they even realize everything I just said about the trans woman and in this patriarchy.
Competing in female sports. It just gave very much grandpa energy. He signed that executive order. He wanted to make sure that his signature was perfect. He handed out pens. He gave hugs and shook hands. Like, that's what was going on in the Oval Office with the President of the United States. Then I see a clip of these damn Democrats angry, screaming their follicles out of their head, cussing and fussing about fighting in the streets and about going to war. And I mean, like, just gaslighting the American people is absolutely unhealthy. They have to have high blood pressure. Then you have the elders of the Democrat Party barely hanging on, trying their best to come up with a chant, a war cry. They failed tremendously. And it's like, come on, like, what? Y'all are gaslighting the American people. You want the American people to be up in arms. You want the American people to be unhealthy. These same Democrats that were in charge for the last 4 years, these same Democrats that were in charge for the last 12 of 16 years, when our life expectancies have decreased, the rate of heart disease, the rate of cancer, the rate of all these autoimmune disorders has obviously increased. Self-harm, depression, anxiety, and
so she's blaming the Democrats for that. That's interesting.
And self-elimination has increased. Our food has become increasingly unhealthy, and more Americans are on prescription medication. And addiction and substance abuse is, I'm sure, at an all-time high. I'm positive. And this is how these people are using their influence over the American people. They don't want us to be healthy. I truly encourage you to find some peace today. Learn how to pray and meditate. Learn how to mind your business. There is literally nothing going on right now in this country that is going to do any more harm to you than what's been done over the last 12 to 16 years.
I can see her point. I can see where she's going. They sound a little cool. They do. They do. Let's unpack this. First of all, any type of diseases, any type of sicknesses, we all know, those who know, that's internal stuff. Okay. So you have a whole book by Louise Hay and other people like Dr. Gabar don't get me pronouncing his first name, but Dr. Gabar, who tells you about how trauma, that's the book, The Body Keeps the Score, telling you how trauma is what causes your sicknesses and for your body to break down, right? So we have people who are going to therapy more. Since 2020, there's group therapy because so many people are going to therapy, there's group therapy. So this is about a choice, and this is about whatever life she's seeing out there and she's experiencing, right? And of course, there's a lot of people on medications, a lot of people that's open about their medication, the antidepressants. Somebody who I watch all the time that do news and politics, she came out with her antidepressants. Well, Trump and JD and them are trying to take away antidepressants. So what do you think that's going to fucking do when people can't take the antidepressants anymore? What do you think that's going to happen? Miss Glasses with the red earrings. What do you think is going to happen? You see how it all flips around. So I don't know if this was the beginning of the presidency. I don't know when. I'm just catching these videos. Okay, let's keep going.
I assure you. And right now, a whole lot is happening that is in the favor of the American people. It's just not in the favor of the people who have been lining their pockets by pretending to be public servants, literally laundering our tax dollars into their offshore accounts.
Hold the fuck up. Here go the scary lady. Here's the point. I'm not understanding this. Like, first of all, did she really just say that? Hold on. Did she? Hold on. What has been working that Trump has done? He took trans women out of women's sports, but then he's trying to take away women's sports. He took away Black History Month. He took away, because if he's going to take away Black History Month, that means he's going to take away everybody else's history. That means Mexican history, Jewish history, Chinese history, all this kind of stuff. He's going to take all that away. That comes with it. He has blocked people of a certain race from going into the fucking military. Blatantly have done this for the next 4 years. This is what this man has been doing. And so this is giving you a glimpse of the divestors. This is what the energy of a divested Black woman is. And the thing is, it comes with hate. I told you that those divested women, y'all may as well wear red hats that says zealot divestors. I need them this way.
I'm getting a little tired of some Christians asking me why I vote.
Zealot divested Black woman. Now, I'm not in this religious stuff, but I guess this is between her and her religious people with this debate. But I thought it was a little psycho the way she was going off. But let's just try to understand what she's talking about.
For Donald Trump because I'm a Christian. That's why I voted for him. But now let me turn that same question back on you. You are a Christian. Why did you vote for Kamala Harris? You see, I didn't vote for Donald Trump for who he is. I voted for Donald Trump for who God is. You see, he wasn't promoting the shedding of innocent blood at the AB clinic. The flesh. See, he wasn't promoting gender ideology or gender reassignment surgery. The flesh. See, he didn't open the borders for our children to get sex trafficked. The flesh.
First of all, let me check you on that. The immigrants are not the ones. First of all, if you want to know about sex trafficking, you need to do your research first. Don't you dare put immigrants in that. Okay? Because there is a whole association called North American Man-Boy Love Association. That dude died years ago. But it's North American Man-Boy Love Association. And the man who run that was an East Indian man. Okay? And then on top of that, it still said North American. Let's not take that away. Just because he was the face of it, does that mean that he was the person of it? Okay? There's a whole nother topic inside of there with the East Indian and transgender stuff. For those of you who know, you know. But yeah, let's not do that. Let's not say because people hopping over the border, they were sex trafficking people. Not saying that it wasn't happening, but let's not blame them all the way for that.
He wasn't taking the children's bread and giving it to somebody else. The flesh. You see, he wasn't pushing do as thou.
Taking the children's bread and giving it to somebody else. I don't know what she's talking about. Do y'all know what she's talking about?
Will with no responsibility. The flesh. See, he wasn't manipulating the people's minds with lies and propaganda through the left-wing media, the flesh. He didn't write a book and take a picture with the black help to make us think that he was black, the flesh. Wasn't into that principalities and...
Okay, this is where y'all are ignorant. Kamala is East Indian by way of her mother and West Indian by the way of her father, who is Jamaican. Just because, depending on what kind of Jamaican she is, it doesn't make her black. Okay? Y'all need to start educating yourselves. Because the thing is with black people is y'all got something with phenotypes, skin complexions, with identifying somebody with being black. Y'all have to check your own racism inside the culture of blackness and what y'all define black to be. Because I go through this now with black people. Tell me I'm not black.
Powers and lying wonders. He just stood on the truth. What's really wrong with America? America's sick and it needs a healing. God has spoken. Let the church say amen.
So as you've seen, Blacks for Trump are still standing behind their vote and are not regretting. Now, let's look at the reasons why this is so. First up, let's talk about the economy. Under Trump's administration,
I thought this was very interesting to watch. I really did. I really was listening to what the argument was. As you can see, most of these people are religious, right? Most of these people are religious. I don't know what the fuck he was. He just some light skinned dude.
And somehow still ended up $20 million in debt.
Acquired through fraud, waste, and scheming and manipulating the taxpayers.
She was, once again, because this taxpayer money shit kept coming up. Yeah, that came up a lot. So she was going on that and something about fucking cleaning the swamp, but I think she was metaphorically speaking as well.
Should be proud of ourselves because it shows we are that smart and intelligent that we elected a real leader. We are able to make history. We are part of this history, and we're watching the change in America occur in real time. So kudos to us.
I didn't know so many of y'all hated immigrants like this. I did not know. Maybe because I lived my little life up in the New York City bubble, but I had no clue that y'all had so much hate for immigrants. That y'all were blaming immigrants for everything like this. I had no clue. I am sitting here and I'm listening to this, and it's like, y'all argument is these people get more than us and this, that, and the third. I mean, I always never complained about it because something in me knew that there had to be some historical reason to why. See, I always knew that in the Hispanic, mainly the Latin culture, that they were slaves, but they breeded into their family lighter skin. They didn't go darker. And that's how they continue to keep their skin light. And of course, mixing white and other white people and stuff like that, whiter Spanish culture and stuff like that. I was always aware of that. I don't know if anybody else was. So when Mexico didn't pay taxes, remember Mexicans didn't pay taxes, I was like, oh, they don't pay taxes because, you know, there's some kind of deal that they struck with America. Then we learned that California, Arizona, New Mexico was all Mexico, right? This is basic social studies, history class shit, right, people? But once again, I have to remember that everybody is not like me. Everybody didn't do what I did in my 20s, such as reading books and studying and paying attention, like picking books back up again or taking myself to school and stuff. So the point is, I did not know y'all hated immigrants like this. This is interesting.
Kudos to you. You're a chosen one.
Kamala Harris, the woman who raised $1.4 billion.
Once again, they're going in about the finances.
$1 billion and somehow still ended up $20 million in debt was supposed to save the US economy. Think on that.
So, somebody just tried to use some fear tactics on me. What are you going to do when all of Trump's policies take place and you as a woman have lost all your rights? All I heard was womp 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 womp. This not the peanut gallery? You mean what am I gonna do when them borders are closed? You mean what am I gonna do when our children know who they are in their body and not told they could be something else? You mean what am I gonna do when world leaders?
Okay, let me tell y'all, for y'all to keep bringing up this transgender thing. Y'all want me to tell you the real about what that transgenderism is? First of all these F to M's wasn't supposed to be a part of it. Let me tell y'all that wasn't supposed to happen, because see, F to M turned out a lot of lesbian masculine women, made them bisexual and or straight. We're not going to talk about that because they started taking those transitional pills and all that kind of shit, right? It's a pipeline. The transgenderism is diabolical. Do you understand what I mean when I say diabolical? It was intended, okay, to cross the lines in this patriarch of who can be fucked. I'm going to tell you the truth. So y'all intuition and being against transgenderism and trans children, hey, I'm not knocking it. I get it. I get it. I'm all for it. But you have to ask yourself, why did that significant thing keep being the thing that everybody kept talking about with Kamala, when there's so many other things, but that was the one thing. And then when he got into that presidency, he said, man, it ain't even a high percentage of transgender. I'm not worried about that. But you know what? I'll take them out of the sports. Okay? He ain't even come for the gays yet. He ain't even come for the lesbians and the dykes and the faggots and the gays and all. And he didn't even come for us yet. But I find that very interesting. And what else I find interesting is this same tactic was pulled when what his name was, when Kerry was the president, about all of that. When he came to president, then gay marriage was in. And then from that, Obama was the one, he carried it, and then Obama's the one who made it a law. Why was it made a law? Because of fucking money. See, y'all get so caught up in your political and your religious views, and that's not what it's about. It's a game out here. It's a money game out here. Even when y'all talk about the money game, y'all still don't even understand how the money game works. Elon Musk still has access to our information. How the fuck did he do that?
Begin to respect America again?
Respect America. Nobody respects America, man. This is how you know these people are Delulu. They're true of American blood. We can motherfucking tell. We can tell, because when you say you go hard for America, that means you don't read, you're anti-intelligent. You don't really take the time to do the proper research on a thing or listen properly. Yeah, we can see that you're American. You think if you talk a certain way, it makes you intelligent, but we're all listening to what you're saying, though.
You mean what am I going to do when TikTok, Facebook, Instagram stop censoring me and I can have freedom of speech again? You mean what am I going to do when I can read my Bible and worship Jesus and not be told that I'm preaching hate speech? You mean what?
No one ever said that, but okay.
What am I going to do when they can define what a woman is? Rejoice. That's what I'm going to do.
Yesterday I saw.
I need you to understand women. You need to understand how this patriarchy works. They gave you the word women. You was not even called a woman. Do the research on that. The word mama is older than the word woman. There are people that research old words. The word mama, the word M-A-M-A, mama, is older than the word woman. It's older than the word daddy. The patriarch created all of this. Mama is a universal word. Woman, the womb of a man, as your religion has taught you, is the name that you was given. So we're not women. You see, that's what you didn't catch on to. No, we're not women. We should have let them have the word, and we should have defined originally if American women had did their research and actually read and not just be educated. You would have understood, you would have fought correctly and said, well, we're going to take back our original word, because we would have got it.
2 video clips that really struck me. I kept seeing them over and over again. One of the clips was of President Trump in the Oval Office, surrounded by dozens of young girls, athletes, as he signed an executive order protecting women and girls in sports by keeping transgender women from competing in those sports. However you feel about the LGBT.
Yeah, but then he also took away women's sports too. You see the bait and switch that he pulled on you?
LGBT community, you have got to accept at this point that there is an advantage that comes with being biological male competing in female sports. It just gave very much grandpa energy. He signed that executive order. He wanted to make sure that his signature was perfect. He handed out pens. He gave hugs and shook hands. Like, that's what was going on in the Oval Office with the President of the United States. Then I see a clip of these damn Democrats.
I believe Trump when he shut down NAMBLA. I want him to shut down NAMBLA. But y'all want to talk about that.
Angry, screaming their follicles out of their head, cussing and fussing about fighting in the streets and about going to war. And I mean, like, it just got.
What y'all don't realize is, y'all don't want to fight with no transgender women. I'm just saying. Y'all want them to be tamed. You don't want to, if you take away the sports stuff, okay, they can get over, because all of them ain't in sports. But if you fuck with them a little too much, they're going to get violent. They are still biologically males. That's what scares me the most out of anything. I don't want them motherfuckers to get unhinged, because that is what's going to be the scariest shit to ever happen.
Gaslighting the American people is absolutely unhealthy. They have to have high blood pressure. Then you have the elders of the Democrat Party barely hanging on, trying their best to come up with a chant, a war cry. They failed tremendously. And it's like, come on, like, what? Y'all are gaslighting the American people. You want the American people to be up in arms. You want the American people to be unhealthy. These same Democrats that were in charge for the last 4 years, these same Democrats that were in charge for the last 12 of 16 years, when our life expectancies have decreased, the rate of heart disease, the rate of cancer, the rate of all these autoimmune disorders has obviously increased. Self-harm, depression, anxiety, and self-elimination has increased. Our food has become increasingly unhealthy, and more American
food has always been unhealthy. I've learned about healthy eating for people from other countries, like East Indian, at the time, the vegan and all that stuff, and vegetarian was healthy and stuff. Now I'm learning the difference, but at that time, I learned all that from foreigners. I saw how differently foreigners eat their breakfast, their lunch, their dinners, and they don't even snack. They'll eat a fruit. They will eat a vegetable. That's what we call snacking. That's what they do. They don't eat fucking sweets and cupcakes and woo-hoos all fucking day. So don't you dare sit here and puff your chest up like America is the most healthy, because my 600-pound life is on season goddamn 12, bitch.
Are on prescription medication, and addiction and substance abuse is, I'm sure, at an all-time high. I'm positive. And this is how these people are using their influence over the American people. They don't want us to be.
Could somebody tell her about the 80s and the 70s and the 60s and going back when everybody was on cocaine? Can somebody tell her the history of how actually cocaine and all these drugs were not addictive in the time that they were created? It was a fun drug, but then as the years went on into like the 60s, into 70s, to the 80s, they started putting addictive qualities inside of the drug. Can somebody tell her that the people who sold drugs, rest in peace to my uncle who was one of them, he had a secret. I think he put sugar or something he put inside of his crack that he sold to get them hooked on his supply. Can somebody tell her that? That all of this shit happened before goddamn Kamala was even thought of?
Be healthy. I truly encourage you to find some peace today. Learn how to pray and meditate. Learn how to mind your business. There is literally nothing going on right now in this country that is going to do any more harm to you than what's been done over the last 12 to 16 years. I assure you. And right now, a whole lot is happening that is in the favor of the American people. It's just not in the favor of the people who have been lining their pockets by pretending to be public servants, literally laundering our tax dollars into their offshore accounts.
I'm getting a little tired of some Christians asking me why I voted for Donald Trump.
This is religious stuff. I don't care. Y'all can have that with each other. I don't give a damn. This lady,
because I'm a Christian.
That's her hairline bothers me. Her hairline, her eyebrows. Everything is about her bothers me.
But now let me turn that same question back on you. You are a Christian. Why did you vote for Kamala Harris? You see, I didn't vote for Donald Trump for who he is. I voted for Donald Trump for who God is. You see,
this is what's strange to me about you people. Okay. When I was in my 20s, I got on video and responded and was raging and all kind of shit. And, you know, it is what it was. You know what I'm saying? It was fun for me. I was just being young. And the thing is, y'all motherfuckers is old. Y'all old. Like, I've been retired doing this. I am not going to get on my camera, show damn near like, I mean, it looks like you're in a nice, beautiful area where you're taking a walk, man. I would not interrupt my music time, my time of a walk to get on a motherfucking camera and say a motherfucking thing to nobody who's a goddamn stranger across the internet. That's where I'm different. Okay. I'm trying to find more. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. All right. And dark-skinned women, y'all always be the ones, everybody jumping in your face and beating y'all up. I swear. God damn. Okay. That's Wanda Sykes. I love her. I don't see any other. I don't know. This person found some good-ass videos. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Okay, self-reporting for your severe ice raids. Okay. DI comes for, that's 30 minutes, honey. We're not doing 30 minutes. I could do less than 20. 20 the most, man.
Hold on. Before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connect Team, the one platform that replaces.
So everybody's mad that the Department of Education is getting dismantled. But let's keep it real
as to what that means. So let's talk about it. When the Department of Education first started in 1979, it had three main goals. Administer federal funding for education, collect and analyze data on schools and students, and enforce federal education laws that relate to civil rights and equal access. Notice that nothing I listed mentioned giving them power to set educational standards. That's something that's left up to the states, right? Not quite. The Department of Education requires that all schools and states that accept federal funding have to follow certain guidelines and standards, which essentially gives them control over what's being taught in schools and basically puts all states and schools on a one-size-fits-all education model. This means that students in places like Malibu, California, and rural Alabama are forced to follow the same curriculum and teaching methods despite obvious economic and cultural differences that impact how students learn. Now, this wouldn't be so bad if the reading and math scores in the US were on the rise, but it's the complete opposite. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, US reading and math.
Here's the harsh reality, okay? As Mr. Sparty Pants is talking. The thing is, we have to realize that everything has been given to us. That's the harsh reality. Everything has been given to us. Our rights have been given. Though we may have people in our ancestors, I'm not taking that away from them fighting for it. It has been given to us by it being on the side of the right hands, the right person that could give it to us. Do you get what I'm saying? See, all of this stuff is going to show everybody the iceberg, because it's all going to go back to Black people. We all know that, right? Like all of this iceberg of everything from the immigrants getting deported, from this war out here in Palestine, from this education, everything is going to, the iceberg is going to still go back to Black people. And the iceberg is going to take you, you're going to see transgender and what also began to happen when transgenders came into the scene and started putting themselves out there. Transgender been here since 1600s, 1500s. They've been here forever. Drag queens and them been here forever. Since the beginning of time. That's not a lie when they tell you that. That's not a lie. You go into Asian cultures and find drag queens and transgenders. Okay? It's just a thing that was hidden in history or known in the world. It was a secret society. So even if you look into the timeline or the iceberg of even when they came into the picture and came out of the woodworks, you're going to see what kind of rights and everything that came with it. But no matter what, it's still going to go back to Black people.
Math scores have dropped to the lowest level in decades. And the sad part, this isn't even a new trend. Based on the most recent assessment, reading scores have reached a historic low, with 33% of 8th graders reading below the lowest level. For 4th graders, the number is even higher, with 40% of 4th graders reading below the lowest level. That's the highest percentage in roughly 20 years. And what makes this worse is that the US spends more money on education than almost every other country in the world by far. So this model clearly does not work, and it's not something that you can just throw money at to fix. The other big issue is college loan and grant funding. Colleges become
Y'all people have some really nice houses.
Completely unaffordable, and the current student loan debt in America is about 1.7 trillion. What most people fail to mention is that the reason that college is so expensive is because of the Department of Education. Why wouldn't a school continue to raise its prices if they know that the Department of Education is going to give students loans for any amount of money, and they're not tied to the performance of the student nor the performance of the school? It's free money. Removing the Department of Education will force colleges to lower tuition overnight, because no students will be able to afford it otherwise, and those schools will go out of business. There are several colleges right now that don't accept federal funding, and their tuitions are way lower. Plus, their students experience way fewer issues when it comes to student debt when they graduate. There are also already states that have stepped up and started to offer student loans that are more affordable than what the federal government offers. So yes, we have real world examples of what this could look like without the Department of Education, and they seem to be effective.
So let me get this straight. We are upset about the possible dismantling of the Department of Education when we've done nothing but complain about the Department of Education and the crap that they are teaching our children. Y'all do realize that the public education system was set up to create factory workers. Repetitive, punctuality, menial task, busy work, things like that. That is what the education system was set up to teach. It is set up to keep you ignorant. Now, as a 10th grade high school dropout, I can actually say I'm not formally educated. I've had a little bit of college, and that's about it. But with a teenager who is struggling to find any enjoyment in school right now, and I mean any enjoyment as far as like the schoolwork itself.
That's your problem. She told on herself. She dropped out of 10th grade and she had some college. Like, she's at some college. What she did? She got her GED in college. So if your child is not like in school and struggling, that's your fault, mother. That's you. You can't. You're dumb. You're stupid.
Health goes, I think the education system is a sham. I think it needs to be revised in the worst way possible. And it needs to be able to like fit the needs of multiple people, because no one's going to learn the same and no one's going to excel the same. So just like we take time to help people that have different learning abilities, we need to do that with each person, because that's what we are. We're different and we're unique. And so stop complaining about a Department of Education that has done absolutely nothing but fail you.
If the Department of Education shuts down, it could dramatically affect college students. I was just talking to my college students this week. They had no idea that financial aid, college loans could all be affected depending on how it turns out.
Now, I know after watching these videos, you have opinions which I'd love to hear. So please go down in the comment section and let's keep the discussion going. We can see that there are mixed reactions, both positive and negative. And so first, let's talk about how shutting down the Department of Education will positively impact on learning.
Dialpad AI works for you and your customers. It won't fall in love with them, but it will.
And less on political agendas.
Let me tell you something. There's never been a time where the people who ban books are the good guys. There's never been a time where the people who attack education are on the right side of history. What this billionaire and the current administration are doing lays the groundwork for authoritarianism. This is not fear-mongering. There's precedent throughout history to tell us exactly what's happening right now. Attacking education makes it easier to indoctrinate a populace. They want to make it harder for your kids to go to school, harder for you to pursue education. They want to dissolve the DOE in its entirety. We're all in support of reforming and improving it, but dissolving it in its entirety with no goal or method of trying to make it better, it's going to make it harder for you to go to school. For your kids to get an education, it's going to make it harder for public schools to stay afloat and get the funding that they need. They are attacking education to keep you indoctrinated.
Okay, so the idea of dismantling the Department of Education would somehow fix the system is misguided at best and harmful at worst, because suggesting that students will still get lunch and special education services without federal oversight shows a misunderstanding of how much support our most vulnerable students receive. Because the Department of Education ensures that students in poverty, students with disabilities, and students from marginalized communities have access to resources and protections that they deserve. And without the Department of Education, Title I funding, which is critical for schools with low-income students, would be slashed, leaving millions of students without resources they need to succeed. Special education services would be moved to other agencies with far less accountability, putting education and the well-being of 7.5 million students at risk. So this isn't about hope for a better system. It's about stripping resources from those who need them most. And to be honest, dismissing these issues shows a lack of concern for students most impacted by these cuts.
But anything that has positive impact also must have a bad side. And so
I get her point, because I thought about this. See, students who come from low impoverished neighborhoods, they don't really have fundings in their school. They don't really have people who care. The people who do the things for the students are very selfish. They do things like that are very black. Like they do what's in their culture, which is a lot of dancing and all this stuff, but they don't do nothing educational or musical. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand where they're coming from. Wanted to know, I was trying to look for some black MAGAs I don't know why they're so hard to find. Okay, so Black MAGA has a problem with Kendrick Lamar. I do want to play this. Okay, this one was really good.
Hampton in when I see one.
Okay.
When the everyday excess falls away and we instead prioritize what matters.
Harm to so many women out there.
Talking about the economy, we're not talking about any of that. We're talking about DEI, and he had no.
See how Candace Owens' fan base now attacking her, the way she has attacked other people, calling her trans, the same way she tried to attack Michelle Obama. Chef's kiss. And now the leopards are on the way, and we can only sit back and enjoy the show. But it does make sense, the need for acceptance. It does make
Of Candace's. And this classmate goes on to state that at the beginning of each school year, Candace would get misnamed by all of her new teachers. You know, it's the first day of school, you've got your new outfit on, and, you know.
Well, they're lying. They are, in fact, lying to the public about Brigitte Macron's past identity.
But I knew when Kendrick Lamar showed out at the Super Bowl, it was going to get worse.
I'm sure you just watch it clearly. The regime's response to Trump's historic gains for Black men.
Yeah, I got an issue. Rob Smith told me that MAGA was the culture now. He told me that they were the cool kids. We can't sit at the cool kids table no more.
Let's go.
All of these things will be a cultural force for decades to come. We are now the cool kids. We are now the people that people want to emulate, want to be like, want to be as bold as us, want to be as fit as us, want to be as good looking as us. And also, we say all of the things that all of those phony fake libs were afraid to say. And they are so jealous right now. They can't see straight.
And by the way, apparently he was talking about the cool kids table from across the room, because they was never letting him sit over there.
I am featured in this GQ article that is entitled "My Afternoon with the Quote-Unquote Normal Gays That Voted for Trump." Now, I am mentioned in this article with a lot of different gay conservative influencers, but the article makes a lot of references to white gay men, but never uses any of my social media handles, never mentions that I am Black, whereas the majority of the other people in the article that are interviewed and written about are white. The article takes great pain.
There is a psychosis to this, okay? It is something with people who really despise. And you know what? It's not even Black culture that they despise. It's something deep down in them more. There's something in humanity that they despise. It's cloaked because you see somebody with brown skin and you're listening to them and you thinking, you know, let's put our dark psychology hats on here. You know, our dark psychology goggles on here. It's like, it looks like, well, you know, the brown skin or whatever, name whatever culture, brown skin or dark skin. There's some hate for humanity that is there. There's an underlying hate that is there. And you know, if you know about the word hate is connected to shame, resentment, all of these things. And they don't like humanity. And they don't like to be associated with the societal box that this humanity or this patriarchy puts them in. That even if this is an ad talking about what he's talking about right now, even though they're erasing him from this article and he's talking about it, he still won't lose his loyalty to MAGA. because MAGA is destroying and demolishing the very things that they want to go away. Do you understand what I'm saying? I said this years ago. I said if there was ever a purge, it will be frightening. Because the first place they're going to go is to the low impoverished people. Matter of fact, no, they're going to go to the homeless people. They're going to take them out. They're going to go to the low impoverished people. They're going to take them out, right? And I began to name like other things, but those are the main two people I knew that were going to take them out. And if anybody's seen all the perks, I've seen all of them. You remember there was a homeless man, all of them wanted, they was going after, he ran in the house and all that crazy shit, right? That's what I'm saying. These people just want to purge. They want to watch the world burn. That's what that red hat, that's their head on fire. That's what it is.
Not to mention the fact that I am black, but the crux of the article is that these gay guys that voted for Trump are all white, therefore erasing me again as a black conservative. The mainstream media does not stop erasing black conservatives with GQ. We have to start holding these people accountable, because what they want to do is they want to pretend that the Republican Party is not diverse. What they want to do is they want to pretend that the Republican Party is racist. What they want to do is they want to pretty much erase the experiences and the identities of black people that are engaging in the Republican Party and the MAGA movement. And that
this is the fucking reverse psychology shit that they do. They know their skin tells them that they're black. So they say it because society accepts them in that box. But they don't identify with what, like I said, any brown skin person, brown or black, they don't identify with what the skin is that they are. But it's like, I'm mentioning this part of it, though I don't really identify with it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because clearly Trump has shown, take out Black History Month, take out blacks in the military. Let's go get the white people in Africa, South Africa, and bring them over here. Clearly this is white supremacy. But they will still keep that loyalty. Because they will be a part of, I'm telling you, bro, you gotta look at the psychosis of this shit.
Voted for Trump. We've got to start calling them out on this stuff, because it is dead wrong.
But if there's anybody I wanted to go to just to have the most ridiculous take imaginable this week, it had to be Rob Smith.
Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl was whack. That was one of the worst halftime shows in recent memory.
Immediately after Rob Smith said that Kendrick Lamar's performance was whack, I had to go watch it again, because I said, if he thinks it was that whack, I probably didn't enjoy it as much as I should. That's how you know you killed it. That's how you know you killed it. If Rob Smith thought it was whack.
First of all, Kendrick Lamar is not mainstream. Like, people do not know those songs. The white people at the Super Bowl party that I was with, he may as well have been speaking Mandarin.
When there's a strong connection between a therapist and a client.
I need names. Yeah, I need names and footage and content. I need to know who's that white people at the Super Bowl party you was at. I just want to see. Also, Drake, he just said that people don't know those songs. So that whole lawsuit you got going on, he's this gonna be a problem. Apparently nobody knows these songs. That's how you know you made it. If Rob Smith says nobody knows these.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black and black, and I'm black, y'all.
And also, it's been done better. So at this point, nobody cares. Third of all, 43-year-old mother of two, Serena Williams, in a bad blonde wig, like crip walking, is embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed for her. She should be embarrassed for herself. It's just all really, really passe. There is nothing about that halftime performance that worked.
I'm sorry. Did you just go out of your way to attack a black woman? Not Rob Smith. No.
I'm going to tell you why black men are never going to vote for Kamala Harris, and it has nothing to do with the fact that she is quote unquote black.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember when you admitted publicly that you were traumatized by your upbringing from Black women and therefore projected that onto every Black woman that you saw and projected it onto every Black man. Because apparently if I'm not traumatized and hate Black women, then I ain't a real N. Yes, we still have that footage and we still have that content.
Reese, you are messy, but I enjoy people who gather the receipts and information. I respect it. All right, I like people who got they got it. Damn it, I can't talk.
So your feelings about a Black woman, any Black woman, are really just fodder for your own therapy. See, really what he meant was, you know how they say hurt people hurt people? Yeah, so he had been hurt in his childhood and he has not dealt with that. He's spending his time on TikTok instead of on the couch. So he has been hurt in his childhood, and therefore now he wants to hurt America by voting MAGA.
So what I need to tell the NFL, Rock Nation, anybody that's doing that Super Bowl, try to make a show that's for all of America, because that was not for all of America. That was for like a fringe that knows Kendrick Lamar and that knows, you know, his raps. Like, you're not going to tell me that that man.
Unpopular opinion. I'm with Rob on this, right? That is something I am with Rob on. To me, I didn't watch it, okay? I saw clips and stuff. When I looked at it, it was on mute. I didn't watch it, okay? I only saw bits of it because of somebody else's show. We are American, and we represent what America is in unity and being Americans. So is it fair for him to have this very Black American, like I said, unpopular opinion, this very Black American revolutionary performance, especially when what is happening with Black people? It's still kind of like puzzling to me, because I get it, I get it. I know symbolism and da-da-da-da. I know it all. But it's still very puzzling to me. If we're supposed to be doing America and America being great, is it fair to be one-sided this way? Do you get what I'm saying? And notice this is a Black male that was able to do that. And Black males are the ones who voted for Trump. So even if you look at people like this, people like Rob Smith are the best people to listen to, because he said, I'm going to tell you why he didn't vote. Because I'm about to go find that video of why Black males did not really vote for Kamala. It had nothing to do with her being a Black woman. And listen,
And is mainstream, that this is some mainstream superstar whose songs everybody knows. Because I am telling you, the people that I was with, those white people at this place that I was with, were looking at each other like, they didn't know what was going on. All right, I didn't know what was going on. It was whack. It was boring. It wasn't cool.
Now, if I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you were, in fact, in public with white people, if they didn't know what was going on, it's probably because they paid attention to your TikTok where you said that y'all were the culture. Yeah, you struggling with that. You are struggling with that now, huh? Remember y'all were the culture? Remember all that? Y'all with
use this track. Against Drake, won like 5 Grammys. Somebody who got the halftime show at the Super Bowl to perform that diss track against Drake.
Didn't you just say that this was somebody who nobody knows? Huh?
Listen, Drake can't be destroyed because he is still mixed Jewish. He's still Jewish.
is quote unquote anti-establishment, how does somebody like that get the Super Bowl? How does somebody that is anti-establishment get all of the Grammys? How does somebody that is anti-establishment get one of the biggest radio hits of the year? You do not get all of these other things unless you have the backing of the establishment.
Right. He's right. He's right. No, Reese. No. He's absolutely right about that. Somebody had to give him that information. He had to get, it was like a UN meeting. He had to get permission to do that to Drake. Trust and believe me.
In her Super Bowl performance, that was a little bit more political. She was actually able to do it, make the symbolism entertaining, and then also, surprise, surprise, sing songs that people actually knew.
This man done made 5 TikToks in between 12 o'clock checkout and the time housekeeping came to get him up out the room.
So because you saw the pre-K kindergarten level symbolism in the Kendrick Lamar performance does not make you a higher or more evolved being. It doesn't make you smarter than anybody else. And the problem with a lot of you wokies that are attacking me about this is that you guys are so used to people shoving messages down your throat. You guys are so used to people doing political symbolism that you forgot to ask your entertainers to actually entertain you. So don't be mad at me, be mad at Kendrick Lamar because his performance sucked.
So,
hey, Rob, I'm on your side on that one, buddy. Because, I mean, let's look at the symbolism that Black males voted for Trump. I'm not letting that shit go. I'm gonna drag that shit for the next 4 fucking years.
Your fight, Black people, because there are a lot of Latinos that are out here spreading a lot of misinformation, trying to make their issue when it comes to these mass deportations, which is, by the way, what a lot of Black people, including myself, voted for. They're trying to make that your issue. And I'm here to tell you, Black folks, that that is not your issue. Mass deportation of criminal illegal immigrants is not your issue. First of all, because foundational Black Americans have been here for generations. My family has been here for generations. Again, we are legal citizens. And don't think and don't listen to these people that are trying to say, oh, when they come for the criminal illegals and they deport all of them, then they're going to be coming for Black people next, because that's a lie. Their issue has nothing to do with Black Americans. And there's going to be a lot of them spreading misinformation like that around, trying to get you to care about mass deportations of criminal illegal immigrants. I'm telling you, Black folks, not our fight. Tap out.
Here's where you got me messed up, though. Here's where you got me messed up, because at the point in that video where you said there are people saying that once they come from all the illegals and criminals and they're going to come from.
I'm just going to say, please stop wearing your do-rags and your bonnets while you travel. It's trashy.
This is an argument, okay? I had a friend that her argument was about the do-rags and bonnets and people because I'm going to tell you something about traveling. If anybody's ever worked at the airport or been to the airport, you'll go into that bitch half naked with a little ass bag, a little book bag on your back with barely nothing in it. That's how much they throw away your shit at the goddamn airport, okay? So now, me personally, I don't do do-rags and bonnets and all that stuff and walk outside that way. I do go to work and wear something to cover my head, and that's the best thing to cover my head on top of the work net, because the thing about that is it's about protecting my hair. So that's a place that we wear our bonnets, and everybody at that job wears clean bonnets, okay? We don't wear bust down, raggedy bonnets. The bonnets look actually really good, okay? I've seen people who are the manager at a job and it's wee in the morning or whatever, and I see them from the morning time to the damn, like all shifts, I see this manager, like I guess they own this store, and they'll have a bonnet on, okay? Do-rags have changed. People are wearing more velvet do-rags, more style do-rags. If you see anybody wear any classic late 90s do-rag, that's a red flag. That person may have just came out of jail and that was their outfit when they did their time and they came back out, and that's the outfit they gave them when they came out. More than likely, you're dealing with a dusty, or somebody who's older and they're trying to look young by taking on that style. It's a lot of different things going on there, but nobody wears bonnets and nobody wears do-rags like that, like the classic ones. And as you see, he's well put together, so I can understand why someone like him would feel like, hey, don't wear your bonnets and your do-rags, right?
It's low class. Nobody wants to see it. Black men in particular, I know all about the do-rag. I wear a do-rag. You know why I wear my do-rag? I wear it when I'm about to go to bed. I wear it when I'm at home. I do not wear it in public. And women with the bonnets, everybody is tired of looking at them. Like I said, you look low class, you look trashy, and everybody is basically just trying to placate you by pretending that this is somehow fashionable or somehow not trashy, but I am telling you that it is. So black men and black women, I want you to think about how.
I think it's about how you do it. You can wear something stylish and clean cut. I used to years ago laugh about it. Nah, it's about how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, as
you look when you're traveling, I want you to know how you present yourself to the world. And the world does not want to see you wearing a do-rag. The world does not want to see your bonnets. Please, people, just take care of yourselves and present yourselves in an attractive, appealing manner while traveling.
I can't be that mad at that. I'll be honest. I was trying to generate some fury.
Yeah, Reese, because Reese is a clean cut guy, and he's not going to walk outside in his do-rag, or his bonnet.
But I cannot. I've seen some things. I'll be honest. I have seen some things. I'm still recovering from that 07 flight to Columbia, South Carolina. It's going on. It's coming up on the 20-year anniversary of that Columbia, South Carolina flight, and I haven't recovered. Now, is it just black people who dress and act a fool in the air?
Let's see.
I'll fucking kick your fucking ass right now. Either arrest me now, detain me. You are detained. Great. That's why you're. What did I do exactly?
You're under arrest for public intoxication.
You make yourself feel good, making 60 grand a year. You tiny piece of. You feel good. Your wife with your 5-inch.
And yet you want to say black people do-rags is your problem? Yeah, I can't do it. I tried. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and cancel them. So despite
Hey, if it's funny, it's funny, y'all. Okay. What else do I want to listen to? I don't know why it has gotten this deep. I have to laugh at how much I used to look at stuff, and I used to go run and blog about it. I used to write about a lot of these symbols and everything. It was so fun, you know what I'm saying? I still have my books and my information and stuff that I've been writing for years and stuff. And and I have to tell you, it's just real interesting now to just like watch people. And it's real interesting to just everything. But the thing about this Kendrick Lamar fiasco is, he said his name was Rob Smith, or was it Rod Smith? Rob Smith? Okay. Tag video at massive MAGA event. Okay, that's 1 year ago. We now have woke segregation, Rob Smith. That's okay. So this guy's been around a long time. But I don't have nothing new by him. Maybe I should look up like Rob Smith's his name is Rob Smith. Let me see if I can find his TikTok compilations. Okay. Because I'm sitting here and I'm looking at these lives of TikTok. Okay. 3 minutes, open mic. Rob Smith. This is okay. This is 2 years ago. I'm trying to go now. I don't want to do 2 years ago. Okay. 4 days ago. Rob Smith, cultural identity in the Super Bowl. Toby, be good Negro. Okay. Let's see what okay. Never mind. Let me see. Jeez, this guy is hard to find.
It's not only MAGA. Well, I don't know if he's MAGA or...
You know what I mean, brother? Well, actually, I don't. You know, I didn't grow up around blacks. Now, I grew up in the suburbs. My dad was a lawyer, my mom was a doctor, and all my friends were white. I mean, everybody used to tease me because I didn't speak jive, and, like, I couldn't dance to save my life. But the only step I really knew was, like, you know, that step that Springsteen does in a Dancing in the Dark video. Show time.
The white people at the Super Bowl party that I was with, he may as well have been speaking Mandarin. All right, because nobody knew these songs. Nobody knew what he was rapping about outside of Not Like Us, obviously. But nobody knows these songs. Second of all, Blinkety Black, I'm so much blacker than you. Halftime shows are very passe. Like, that stuff peaked in the BLM era. It's very not of this moment. It very much does not work. And also, it's been done better. So at this point, nobody cares. Third of all, 43-year-old mother of two, Serena Williams, in a bad blonde wig, like crip walking, is embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed for her. And anybody's doing that Super Bowl.
I mean, what is he saying that's not true? I mean, seriously.
Try to make a show that's for all of America, because that was not for all of America. That was for like a fringe that knows Kendrick Lamar and that knows, you know, his raps. Like, you're not going to tell me that that man is mainstream.
Toby be good nigga for massa. Good nigga. Don't send Toby away. Toby be good field hand, boss. Good field hand, massa.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You be a good field hand and you can stay here.
Ah, Toby, stay. Toby, stay. Yeah, this brother. I don't know what he is. This guy.
I need y'all to hear me out. Because, let's get back to Rob. Rob, it's so damn hard to find. It's probably Scorpio or something, just Pisces or something, just slipping in and out. Okay. Okay. The cringiest anti-racist rant. Okay, can't cancel Rob Smith. Okay, 9 months ago. I'm trying to go now. Let me see Rob Smith on Kamala. It looks like you have to hit his TikTok to finally find him, and I don't feel like going there. Here's what I have to say. Let's get back to him. At the end of the day, Rob Smith is a black male who sleeps with white men. Okay. I have to laugh out loud when I say this. He's a white male who's a black male who sleeps with white men. Okay. Let me just keep him on a video. Let me get his energy up here.
What's your opinion on gay conservatives? Gay conservatives? Yeah. Why?
We're better looking. We stay in shape.
Okay. Oh gosh, I don't like his.
We love America.
That's fine. He got that smart. Okay, this is Rob Smith. Now, this is a black gay conservative. Now, what is interesting to me about these people who are MAGA is they're going into the, let's do it right now. They are going into the body analysis playlist. Yes. Okay, let me find it. Body analysis study. They're going to go into this playlist. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go grab up the women as well. The MAGA women. Remember the video we watched on the MAGA women? Yeah. So let's go ahead and find that. And we're going to pause videos on them as well. MAGA took over my goddamn whole. Now I'm probably going to get more black MAGA people too in my algorithm. But this is Rob Smith. This is a gay black male, okay? But we're going to go ahead and we're going to do, before we actually really read the body analysis book, we're going to just observe energetically these people, okay? And look at the way that they look. I don't think Rob Smith looks bad. He's clean cut, he's well put together, and he's well spoken. And he doesn't give a damn about who he offends. And I have not heard anything that is not the truth that has come out of Rob Smith's mouth. But what I want you all to understand that is deeper than what you think it is. You think it's coonery, right? You think it's the coon train is coming. You think that it's self-hate. No, it's societal hate. It's societal hate. They want to purge it all. These are the people who want to watch the world burn. I want the woman with the MAGA hat on. Where's she at? Where'd she go? Where the one with the MAGA hat on? These are the people. Every time I click it, they want to watch the world burn. Notice they all have similar looks. Isn't that kind of interesting that all these MAGA people got a similar look? Look. She looked like she'll be in a mosh pit with me. They want the world to burn. Okay? And what happens is there's a deep programming in a lot of Black people. Okay? And the programming is when you see someone who acts out of what you perceive to be a Black person, the first thing y'all say is self-hate. I want all of y'all who are the dark psychology 202 now students, or dark psychology in general students, to observe much further than that. As you see, the video is blurry, but we can make out her face. But you notice everybody's face tends to look very similar in features and everything, right? These people have it out for many things. These people have a hate for more than what you believe that hate is. Okay? I can't tell you where it comes from. That's from their own traumas and experiences. I can't tell you that. But what I need for Black people to do is to understand and stop associating what you identify Black to be as if what this person is doing is out of line with being Black. I don't agree with that. The hate and anger is in their eyes, in their voices, in their energy. The hate and anger. I have told y'all tremendous times, the most hateful and jealous motherfuckers are people who live like this woman right here. You see them beautiful houses behind her? The most hateful and jealous and envious motherfuckers with the degrees, with a nice car, with a nice house. And I wonder how can you be so hateful when you have it all? Because there's something internal that is missing. There's something internal that is not there with these people. I like that image. That's pretty cool. She dancing her heart out. But she not the example. But I know that they got that big ass hair. Because remember this one over here? Not this. Look how she looks. They look like they all the same people from the beginning. That's some interesting shit. These people are angry at looking at things like, why when I am doing things good, it doesn't work for me? Why when I do things the right way, it doesn't work for me? Why is it when I work hard and I obtain everything that I obtained, it doesn't work for me? But this bum from an orphanage and this bum from this lifestyle or this horrible, decrepit hood life can go out here and be an artist and a celebrity, can go out here and be an influencer. to go out here and rise above what they got and be living in my neighborhood when they don't even come from where I come from or what I have. You got to understand there's a hate in the spirits of these people and an anger. I can speak from it, from experience. You got to understand that it's deeper. They don't give a damn about your Black history. They want it to go away. See, let me tell you something that I will say to you about these type of people. For the divested ones, there's a consciousness that is there. All right. I can't find the word for how I'm trying to describe this consciousness. But there's a consciousness that is there that is realizing some kind of MK Ultra brainwashing that is coming with culture or coming from their culture, not just Black culture, just brown and Black people's culture in general, spread all the way across. They are realizing, and they have a consciousness of saying something is not right here. Why is it promoted ghetto culture? Why did this Black woman get a reward for being a goddamn mammy who was, trigger warning, SAing her?
Most Planet Fitness clubs are open 24 hours, so you can work out whenever. We're coming in early.
Why is this what Black culture is? And why is it when we learn about Black culture, this seems to be the thing? Slavery, the guy who found the peanut butter, the guy who could bend the chair, the revolutionaries, the woman who didn't get out about her seat, who light skinned, who looks mixed. These people are conscious about her eyebrows. Bothers me, bro. Is she like, she just frowned up? It's just all inside the middle of her forehead. That shit crazy. These people have an internal hatred. Hat red hatred. I'm being serious. I know I'm laughing, but I'm dead ass serious. So it don't matter if they're gonna go after a trans. If there was no trans, they'll go after something with a Black male. If it wasn't a Black male, they'll go with something, this education system. They're just going to attack anything because they're so full of hate and anger and rage. There's a rage under all of it. Trust me when I tell you, when they walk around here and all these white people or people who are non-Black, let's just put it like that, is walking around in a MAGA hat, they will gladly walk around in their fucking MAGA hat. Just to spite you, just so you know that I ain't a part of you. Just so you know it's hatred over here for you. That's what they do. And a whole triple K person with a cloth on or a MAGA hat on top of the fucking triple K mask suit sheet thing that they wear. And they'll stand in there in a picture with them. Make America great again. You have to understand how deep this shit is with these people. The hatred that they have goes from the adults to the goddamn children. But when you speak from that anger and that place of hatred, for some reason, it seems like hatred seems to bring out truth. It's something interesting about coming from that angry place in your energy. It brings out so much truth. And that's what's going on with these people. Not trying to speak for them, but I'm just saying what my analysis is. They want Trump to take it all away. They want Trump to make everybody suffer. That's all they want. Even the ones who end up losing their jobs and shit, and they begging Trump for help, they don't give a fuck as long as you are suffering. But y'all ain't pay attention to these people. Nobody's talking to these people. I have noticed that. Everybody's coming after the immigrants, the distractions, all the immigrants that got something to say to black people, all the white women asking black women, how can we trust you again? And all this, suddenly now all these white women are talking about shit, all this distraction. But nobody's talking about Black MAGA. I wonder why. Nobody is nobody. Rob Smith, okay, but where are all the other Black MAGAs? Nobody's going in on them. Black MAGA is happy. Black MAGA did not want to see Kendrick Lamar on that goddamn stage. Do you see how many times I motherfucking put in Black MAGA? And you see how many times it's hard for me to find a Black MAGA? Should I put Black MAGA TikTok? Do they have another code name? I keep getting that they getting wake-up calls and shit. I'm not actually getting the actual Black MAGA people. I don't know what to say. I'm not doing nothing older than 6 months. I'm not doing nothing like that. They don't give a fuck about a Project 2025. They don't give a fuck about if the wife can't vote. They don't care. They want your Section 8. They want your welfares, your work fare. They want your DEI. They want your trans rights. They want your gay rights. They hate. They want it all. They want your immigration rights. They want you and your immigrant children that's undocumented to go away. Listen. They want it all wiped out. Because they don't want to be connected to what society has told them that they had to be connected to when it comes to brown and black people. You got people who are immigrants that voted for Trump. Okay? Immigrants who was like, why they want their own people to deport it. Okay? Let's listen.
If they don't close that southern border, I don't know what's going to happen to our kids and grandkids. We don't know who's coming in. I thought it was just, South America. Well, we're finding out now it's all from all over the world. And with what happened to Israelites, I mean, those guys are taking pills that make them super strong to kill people with.
What sort of pills are they?
It's some kind of a word that starts with a C, as in cat, and they just mutilate people.
Donald Trump said last week that immigrants are spoiling the blood of the country. Do you agree with that?
When you have an influx like this, there's got to be big time trouble. These people don't always think like we do. And if they're bringing in bad drugs and stuff, I'm scared for our youngins. If they don't.
Okay. I saw one where a woman wanted her own people deported. Okay. That's another thing. They don't give a fuck if people leave America either. And I'm sitting here thinking about this stuff because hold on. They want it all to burn. I don't know why I can't find this lady no more. There she go.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
What do you think about Trump's border policy?
I love it. I'm 100% for it. As a Mexican American, I truly believe that we need to take our country back. When I came to this country, I stood in line for hours and days before I could get my green card.
Do you know anybody that crossed the border without applying for green card?
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, I have met family members that did. Cousins, nephews, nieces.
Because those people might be deported if Donald Trump wins.
That's okay. That's okay.
You would be okay with your cousins
I would be okay.
being deported?
Yeah, I will be okay. They can be deported, but they can also apply to come back to the United States, but do it the right way.
And how long have they been here for?
Years, like 20, some like 30 years.
How do you think they would feel about you saying that?
Oh, they would be very angry. They are angry at me right now. They don't talk to me because I support Trump.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the...
Okay. They want the world to burn. Okay? I will vote for Donald Trump. Don't try to find a song. They're sadists. Can we go back to them? Can we go back to these people I was just talking about? These people are sadists. They love to see everybody in pain, even what's considered their own. So, in conclusion, how do you deal through this? How do you emotionally not get caught up with this? What you do is you go back into your dark psychology notes. You go back into your dark psychology notes and understand and study the 40 tactics, 40 manipulation tactics. That's number one. Really study the 40 manipulation tactics. Listen to that video and take notes. A lot of the books that I have recommended, I'm going to actually go under and comment, fix it up, and so under the comment section or the bio section is going to be bulleted and stuff like that. Is that what it's called? Bookmarked. It's going to be bookmarked to what's what and what I talked about, and even the video, the what I recommended as well. Okay, I'm going to start doing that while I'm doing the show. I just thought about that's what I could do. Okay, so also as you do the dark psychology, listen to what they talk about. Don't get emotionally caught up in what they talk about. Listen to what they talk about and how they talk about it. Is there some truth in what they're talking about? Why do they stand on what they talk about? Are these people very religious and all these different things? You have to pay attention to that too. That's how you find your answer. So whenever you live in a town and you see Trump supporters and a bunch of Trump signs, you don't fucking care. Okay? You don't care. Everybody is a dark psychology study for you when you go out here in this world. That's just what it is. It's a red hat with white letters. Okay? You can't have blue because of the Democrat situation. But it's a red hat with white letters. In all caps. Okay? It's a very obnoxious fucking hat. Papa Smurf has a red hat. And all the little Smurfs are blue. Okay? We don't have to get into that whole, all that. We ain't got to go there. But I'm saying all this to tell you that I need you to go into the way of a psychopath and not get your feelings caught up in this. Okay? You don't get caught up in people like this. They're going to respond in anger, in rage, and hate. Whatever they respond in, whatever they talk about, they're going to respond in rage, anger, and hate. That's what they're going to do. Therefore, understand, hear what they have to say, or maybe not. See what the MK Ultra, the kamikaze mind control of all of them and what they keep talking about. Because it sounds to me that they hate the transgenders and the immigrants. Goddamn, how did that happen? They hate transgenders and they hate the immigrants. And once that gets knocked down, trust and believe me, they're going to hate you for being on welfare, for getting assistance for your light bill, for getting assistance for your water bill. They're going to hate you because you are a DEI hire. They're going to hate you because you are for history worldwide, but more for Black history. Going to hate you because you saw yourself an FBA foundational Black American. They might accept that because it's FBA, foundational Black American. As long as you're not being called FAA, which is African American. They're going to hate you because that is what's inside of them. That's what they know. Go listen to Divestors. They are full of hatred. They are full of hatred. Okay? They are full of, we want it all to go away. We want America to be great by all of these things going away. All right? And that's just it. All right, let me see. Let me put you on this one right here. Let's see what else we got before I go.
President-elect Donald Trump's rhetoric could soon become reality.
I will launch the largest deportation program in American history.
There are at least 11 million undocumented immigrants in the U.S. Deporting 1 million people per year could take 1,000 new courtrooms to process and cost taxpayers an estimated $88 billion a year. That's roughly 11 times ICE's annual budget. And that promise drove many voters to the polls.
You start letting people come in here illegally, it throws off the whole system.
Including immigrants who became citizens and can now vote.
We work really hard. I mean, no offense, but we came here legally. You got to follow the rules, follow the law.
Believes proving that the Latino vote is far from monolithic.
I come from a family of immigrants. It hurts us to hear parties talk so poorly of us. A lot of immigrants come here for jobs.
President-elect Donald Trump.
How were they able to be so tricked and duped? They weren't tricked and duped. The ones who stood 10 toes down with that hatred in their heart, they weren't tricked and duped. They wanted to happen what exactly happened. And the smart ones made sure that they had their paperwork together. These type of motherfuckers, these are the dumb ones. These are the ones that voted for Trump because he was a male in the patriarchy. See what I'm saying? Okay. Roseanne Barr has been known to do a lot of racist stuff. She has never been canceled for it, but I'm not surprised that Roseanne Barr did this. Okay. And we can see the tears. Okay. I feel like this. I will. Okay. Wait a minute. There go that song. I want to play this shit.
DialPad AI works for you and your customers. It won't fall in love with them, but it will help you create
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Hey.
I will vote. Raise your hands, come on.
Almost 50,000 Cubans from
from the Miami area in Florida are facing deportations.
As you may have heard, many Cubans with permanent residency may now be facing deportation after having returned to Cuba with their permanent residence card.
Now the laws are changing on immigration, and Cubans will be treated just like everybody else that comes to the United States. And, you know, once asylum.
I'm trying to find people actually celebrating. Yeah, let me see what a New Yorker has to say. It's only come up a few times.
I was in an Uber once with a guy who's actually left and re-entered like 3 times, which is crazy. People are really driven.
Donald Trump is beginning mass deportations across the United States this week. And while he has not said exactly where the first raids will take place, he did say they will be arresting migrants in major cities first.
ICE raids have started in Chicago.
I don't think that they're criminals.
We will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
America has been propped up by immigrants for so long.
Very sad, but it's good for American people. Trump said you're leaving, bro.
I'm personally from Colombia, so I know a lot of stories about people who've been sent back, and it's definitely a very, very scary thing. It's a very scary process. I was in an Uber once with a guy who's...
He said Trump said you leaving, bro. That was funny. That was so funny. He looked like he's from Brooklyn to Bronx. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm not seeing nothing. I gotta probably find videos of people. Yeah. I think I played this one already. This guy right here. He was like, "Come on now, come on, get back to work, guys. Get back to work. Go home." Noisy internet says deport them. Canada woman calls Indian wedding noisy. Internet says deport them. This was 1 month ago. Angers. Okay. Yeah, they can be loud. Farmers face financial trouble. Okay, this Trump backs tax cut for the rich. That's 5 hours ago. In U.S. look like. Oh no, 500 nabbed by L.A. wetback raiders. Huh? Oh shit. Operation Wetback. Oh, I gotta see this.
Donald Trump has promised the largest deportation program in American history. So, what does mass deportation in the U.S. actually look like? In 1954, President Eisenhower approved a mass deportation program called Operation Wetback. I am not kidding you. That is what they called it. Border Patrol agents use military-style tactics, and not just on illegal immigrants. The government raided Mexican-American neighborhoods, invaded homes in the middle of the night, demanded ID from Mexican-looking citizens, and harassed Mexican-owned businesses. And even before that, during the Great Depression, the U.S. government deported 1 million Mexican immigrants. But it turned out an estimated 60% of those were U.S. citizens. During Operation Wetback, it took about 1,000 Border Patrol agents to deport an estimated 300,000 to 1.3 million people. If the government wanted to...
That's not what I'm looking for, y'all. Hold on. So what happened with this Indian party in Canada, though? And they said deport them. Let me see this shit, though. I gotta see this. I'm curious.
Hold on. Before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connecting, the one platform that replaces all.
And finally, from Canada, where in Indian weddings, vibrant celebrations have become the center of an online firestorm. A local resident was so disturbed by the drumming and dancing near her home that she called for the deportation of Indians. Sharing her frustration on X, she described the wedding as a nuisance and even claimed that everyone will despise the Indians given enough time. Her remarks have sparked fierce debates about cultural tolerance and racism in Canada. Our final report brings you more.
Weddings are moments of joy, bringing families together to celebrate love. In India, they are grand affairs filled with music, dancing, and vibrant traditions. However, when such celebrations take place abroad, they often become targets of unwarranted criticism, revealing underlying prejudices. A recent incident in Canada has reignited concerns about racism towards Indians. Sadie Crowell, a Canadian woman, posted a video complaining about a nearby Indian wedding. Originally posted on TikTok, the video, which has now gone viral and shared on the platform X, shows her lamenting the noise from the celebrations that extended into the early morning. Crowell's caption, however, took her frustration to a deeply offensive level. Everyone will despise the Indians given enough time. Now, this isn't an isolated incident. Canada has seen repeated targeting of Indians and Indian culture.
You are Indian?
In October last year, another video went viral. An Indian Canadian recorded a white Canadian woman telling him to go back to India without knowing that he was a Canadian citizen.
So is that a crime?
And within a few months, another incident, this time targeting Indian wedding celebrations, has gone viral. However, Crowell's video has divided the internet. While some sympathize with her, others are calling out the inherent racism in her remarks. One user wrote celebrating marriage isn't a crime, while another pointed out, go and enjoy the band rather than showing hatred. The debate spiraled further when certain users on X...
I disagree. I disagree. You know, have some fucking consideration for the people around you. If you want to have a loud ass wedding for that long, go rent a space, have your wedding at the hall, and be as loud as you want, as long as you want. Not in the backyard, not close to where I live. Where's the consideration for your neighbors?
Used the incident to justify anti-Indian sentiments. Comments ranged from calls for mass deportation to conspiracy theories accusing Indians of enabling corruption. What's more striking is the double standard at play. Canada prides itself on being a multicultural nation, yet incidents like these show a lack of genuine inclusivity. And the criticism of the Indian wedding is more than just a complaint about noise. It's a reflection of deeper biases, because one cannot celebrate diversity by silencing cultures that you don't understand.
I need y'all to stop this shit. I need y'all to
From
stop
breaking news to the day's biggest controversy.
Okay? That's not the problem. The problem is, I don't want to hear your goddamn wedding while I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm not trying to hear all that goddamn noise while I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't want to hear your music. I don't want to hear you partying. I don't want to hear it. I should not hear it so close in my home as if I'm there. That is not fair to me. Let's not always, no, everything ain't always somebody attacking you because of your race. You can celebrate your culture. Have some goddamn respect. Okay? Listen to me. Okay? He said he was going to do it and he did it. And the MAGA supporters, you know, those sadists are loving every bit of it. They're sadists. They enjoy to see people in pain. I'm telling you, these black MAGA or these brown and black people, not just black and brown people of MAGA supporters, they are sadists. They love to see you in pain. They love to see you suffering. Okay? I'm telling you, they want all this shit to purge. Every last one of them. They're sick of it. Okay? They're sick of your ghetto culture. They're sick of your ghetto culture. They are sick and tired of your whining and complaining. They're sick of your liberal bullshit, as they say. They're sick of you being so offended of everything and ashamed of nothing. That's what they quote. Offended by everything and ashamed of nothing. They are offended. Okay? They're not, see, you gotta listen. Get out your feelings. Get out your emotions. Just listen. And look who was the first thing that their hate came from. And that was the immigrants. These immigrants that's like, I can't believe black people were laughing at us leaving. I was like, no, ain't nobody black laughing at you. Nah, ain't nobody black laughing. No, they are. They hate them. I didn't want to believe it, but they hate them. It's only the beginning, folks. Didn't they just have a black woman living in a decrepit situation with her kids and they took them away and she went to go party? She abandoned her children? Isn't it just a situation where a woman lost her kids in the car because they froze to death? The father didn't even care. I ain't even gonna play that. He was so disheartened, like he didn't give a fuck. And trust me, these black MAGAs, they don't give a fuck. They don't care if your kids die. They don't care if you die, as long as you are being purged off this motherfucking planet. I promise you that. This is the dark psychology of it all. MAGA, black MAGA people, black and brown MAGA people use reverse psychology all day, every day. Again, go look up the 40 manipulation tactics that we talked about earlier today. And check it off. The 40 manipulation tactics of MAGA and what they do and the things that they say and how they say it. But it's all under the hat red, which is hatred. Let me tell y'all something. I used this person right here as an example today. You blow them up. Okay? Let's get them bigger. Let's get them bigger. This one right here. He said, Bush don't care about black people. Clearly, he don't care about black people. He said, get put on and leave your ass for a white girl. And he clearly did that with Kim Kardashian. This man right here is the reason for the Kardashians being as big as they are, believe it or not. The Kardashians, I've been watching them. But this man right here, he really is a part of opening that gate for the Kardashians becoming bigger. Nobody was trusting Kim when she was with Ray J and that sex tape. Nobody cared. But when she was with Kanye and she took that look on and everything else that followed with it, every bit, did you not pay attention to that? Why is he freeing Diddy? Because y'all know Diddy gonna get off, right? I want y'all to know that. Just get prepared. I knew ASAP was good, and Diddy about to be good too. So get prepared to be angry. Why would he support Diddy? Because Diddy was destroying black people. Do you see how the hatred goes? See how deep it goes? I don't give a fuck if somebody destroys you. I don't give a fuck if somebody disrespects you that looks like you. As long as it's happening to you. Because I don't want you here. Because when they look at my black or brown skin, I have to be associated with who? You. I want to be associated with you. I don't want no parts of you in your culture. I'm saying this is the black MAGAs. This is what's going on. This is the dark psychology of who they are. The divested zealot black woman will tell you, I hate black men. Okay? They will tell you, I hate black men. A woman called in named Rochelle. She said, I was wanting to ask you, do you hate black men? She said, hell yeah, I fucking hate black men. She said that shit just like that. I hate them motherfuckers. So what you think they're going to hate too? They're going to hate anything that comes through the black male, which will be his black children. So if they die, they don't care. I know there's some divestors out there that said, you know, it touches my heart when they talk about them babies. I don't play with them babies. Okay, but yeah, I don't know if I believe you too much, because if you hate black males, therefore you're going to hate what comes through the black male, which would be his children. So therefore you're going to hate his children. Don't be gaslit like that, y'all. Don't get emotionally manipulated like that, y'all. Kanye West is a good manipulator. Even when I tell people, I say, yo, y'all do understand Kanye West hate black people. You know what them motherfuckers gonna say? Oh, you know, Kanye West's mama died, and how you know that was his mama? How y'all know? And since his mama died, he ain't been the same. That could have all been staged, y'all. How y'all know that's his mama? I don't know if this man was goddamn adopted or sent through the foster care system. They're never going to tell you that. Y'all know that, right? How y'all know that? And what kind of excuse is that for this grown-ass man? What kind of excuse is that? Because even the black people who want to say, well, this is self-hatred and have some compassion, are gaslighting themselves, are placing reverse psychology on themselves, are putting the MK Ultra and the kamikaze mind control upon themselves. And some people, they just don't know how to see hate. They don't understand it. They'll never accept the reality of me saying, nobody gives a fuck about black women or her children. Everybody wants to see the black woman and her children starve. And what the fuck is happening now? What the fuck is happening right now in front of our eyes? Okay? So, put on your dark psychology goggles and pay attention. People are laughing. They're sadists. They're laughing at you. They're laughing at the woman on welfare. They're laughing at what P. Diddy did to you because you love your black celebrities so much and they always fail you and they love it. They're laughing at that. They're laughing at the fact that black males, everybody betrayed you, black woman. And you know, black males have a nerve to be trying to come back crying and getting your good graces, and white women trying to get in your good graces, and she's still laughing at you because the black divested zealot woman sees you as a stupid bitch. Laughing. Because at the end of the day, you may be 92%. But at the end of the day, them executive orders are going to be signed from now until the next 3 years, excuse me. Okay? And there's nothing you can do about it. That's how they feel. There's nothing you can do about it. You can get Jasmine Crockett to talk. You can get this person to talk and child this and that. You can get all of this to happen, but ain't nothing really going to happen. That's how they think about you. I'm telling you, that's what it is. They do not give a fuck about you. Ha! Oh, this one is beautiful. Oh, shit. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, man. Just when I think that I can be over-exaggerating sometimes. Come on, man. The universe just be like, let me just show you. Let me just show you what you're talking about, baby. I got you. Them ancestors be talking through me like, I got you, baby. Look. They hate you. You see that smile? Hat red means hatred. They hate you. And I don't know why, for the life of me, y'all can't deal with the word hate. I don't know why, for the life of me, y'all can't deal with facing the fact that someone hates you. I don't know for the life of me why y'all can't deal with that shit. Why y'all can't accept that when someone tells you that. And y'all do that damn retarded ass Bible verse. Blah, 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 because they know not what they do. Who the fuck are you to say somebody don't know what they doing? You stupid. If you looking at people and you think they don't know what they doing, they know exactly what they doing. That's what they did in the voting booth. They had the perfect person to do exactly what they wanted to do. You think these people did not know, these black and brown people, do you believe that they did not know what was coming? You think they didn't know what Trump was going to do for the next 4 years? You think they didn't go back? Because before people become president, you can read what they're planning to do. You think they didn't look at Project 2025? Of course they did. And to even their own detriment, they said, I just want to watch how the child support goes away for these black broads, how all this help from the government goes away from these black broads, how they going to survive without their Section 8. I just want to see all these immigrants who've been parading around here talking shit and running their fucking mouth and disrespecting Americans to their face. I just want to see all these people suffer. That's what the black and brown MAGA people want, y'all. Stop giving that damn Bible quote to them. They do not know what they do. They know exactly what the fuck they do. I'll say it again. And I'm yelling. Another thing. She has a red. We know that red. Nobody can wear a red hat right now. That red hat is triggering. Even if it's your favorite band can't have a red hat right now. I'm sure every band out there knows that they have a red hat, what's coming with it. But you put Black Lives Matter, you know the women for Black Lives Matter really don't like black people. Come on. Come on. Let me tell you something. Let me let you know who you're talking to. You are talking to a black woman when I was in my early 30s. When I tell you the hatred that I had for black culture, I can't even explain it. I had a hatred for black culture. Okay? Especially the black males. And this sat with me even before my 30s. And I used to create panels and situations where they would fight each other to the point they wanted to meet each other to shoot each other. I used to do that. And I would instigate it too. I'll say something, I pose a question, I trigger somebody. I would do that all the time. Because that's how it goes. See, the woman who created Black Lives Matter, she's a Libra too, like me. She got some water elements in her chart as well. And because of what had happened to her, being essayed by black males, she decided to make Black Lives Matter to expose how much black cultures love fucking criminals. Do you see how diabolical and almost psychopathic that is that she did that? Some may say that's narcissistic. No, I'll give it to like a psychopath. And this is what she did. And this is what I would do. So when I sit here and I look at people, and I be like, oh, that motherfucker hate black people. That motherfucker hate their own culture and immigrants. I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I know hate because I know what's inside myself. See, what's interesting about the universe in my life is the woman I'm with, she doesn't look black. But the thing is, because of her hair, to me, she still doesn't look black, but because of her hair, okay? But also, she herself always dated white women, okay? So I'm still not even fully with the black woman. You get what I'm saying here? When we're in the car together, she plays country music. No hip hop shit. Sometimes she plays some rock and stuff that she likes to listen to. You know, I'm a little heavier than her, but most of the time she's playing country music in that car. Because that's vibrational. I cannot hide how I feel about black culture if I'm around a fully black woman. Does she identify with blackness? Yes. But she's smart. Is she racist herself? Yes, she is. But she's more low-key with her racism. I like her racism. She has nice little racism punchlines. She's teaching me how to do it, okay? And that's the person in my life, okay? Now, I'm getting through all that to say, I know what hate is. You see that smirky smile on her face? I love this picture. You see that smirky smile on her goddamn face? She like, yeah, niggas. Uh-huh. I'm ready to watch it all burn down. You see her eyes? I'm ready to watch it all burn the fuck down. And she purposely put on a red hat and said Black Lives Matter. She's being funny. She's being snarky. She like, oh yeah, y'all lives matter, all right. Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to tell you what it is. Who is this girl? Hold on. They said her name, I guess. Let me see. Teen Vogue. Oh, she's a teen. I knew she was young. Bridget Todd wears a Make America Great hat for Black Lives Matter supporters. Let me see. Bridget Todd, a digital political strategist, educator, and writer, went viral during the inauguration festivities in Washington, D.C. She tweeted a picture of herself wearing a hat similar to ambiguous Make